Yeah, hey, this is Mortiis. Currently touring the US. First time since prior to the pandemic. I've been here for 4 years now. Once again in a van, very luxurious. So yeah, touring with my friends in Sombre Arcane, Brighter Death Now, a bunch of locals, of course, very cool. Malfet's going to be joining in a few days. And yeah, traveling across the US, doing this sort of dungeon synth kind of thing, which I did that 30 years ago, and we started back doing it, you know, for the past few years, kind of having fun doing that. That's about it, man. I mean, you know, put an album out a few years ago, still kind of pushing that, and yeah, enjoying life in a fucking white, tiny van, luxurious. Well, I am not the driver. I think everybody should probably be relieved that I'm not. You know, I've been driving for a long time, but I wouldn't trust myself on these American roads. You've got weird ways of instructing people how to drive. It would confuse me, and we would immediately probably get into an accident. So far, pretty much all the driving's been done by Josh from Sombre Arcane. Good driver. It gets us there early, to put it that way. I have an app that my whole family has so they can follow me on the road, you know. And 3 times so far my wife is just sending me these messages. She's looking at us from Sweden, going like, "You're going a bit fast." It's fucking hilarious. And I've been defending Josh. Yeah, he's a little sharp in the turns, you know what I mean? That shit's just falling over in the back. I've been kind of worried that the seat is going to break or something. So far so good. I mean, we had a bit of a close call today. I think he got into a turn so fast we actually went across 2 lanes. Not so good. We got a little lucky there. So we might have to have a conversation about that later. But I mean, he's a good driver apart from that, you know. Great guy. Usually Shane will do the shotgun with him. Shane's his bandmate. You know, they'll both do this kind of like a back and forth keyboard thing. It's a very cool show actually, and yeah, unfortunately I'm missing it because I'm getting ready for their show. But big mess, huge mess. Basically, I stopped drinking about a month ago. I decided to drop out of the whole alcohol thing because I was turning into an idiot. So my sort of tour diet is basically fruit and Red Bull. The other guys, I don't know even what this is. It's some kind of, I don't even know what the fuck this is, to be honest with you. I mean, it's like orange Red Bull, whatever. Josh drinks it. Liquid Death. It's someone trying to make water cool. I don't understand it. I don't even know if I want to drink something called Liquid Death, to be honest. But Shane drinks a lot of this. And there's a bunch of Coke Zeros there nobody wants. I mean, that's it, man. Water, Red Bull, and coffee. That's pretty much the whole thing here. They have this thing that they set up. I didn't pay attention to that. They're transmitting their Spotify into this and basically listening to a lot of well, it's been a little too much death metal. I mean, I like old death metal. They're listening to new death metal. It doesn't really work. I mean, I like Repulsion, you know. I mean, I like Autopsy and Nihilist and that shit and Morbid Angel. So we need to have a talk about that too. We need to have a whole big meeting about driving and music. But they also play cool music. I mean, there's been some Tangerine Dream and, you know, Vangelis and Conquest of Paradise, you know, and stuff like that. And I don't know, like Venom and stuff like that. That's totally fine by me. I mean, now we're talking, you know what I mean? So it's good and bad. But you know, they're driving. They're doing a great job, so they kind of get the, you know, first dibs on whatever plays. So I'm not going to get involved with it, to be honest. So this is basically my designated area. I have a cup holder, and that's about all the luxury I have this month. It's a very basic van. I gotta tell you, I was contemplating this, that getting a roll of gaffer tape or something like that and just making like a pocket here to put stuff in. I haven't done it yet. I still have a couple of weeks. Maybe I'll do that. We have a fuckload of plastic bags too. They were for merch, but nobody wants them. So we have all these and they're just sitting around. We're using these for trash bags now. So we got about 500 of those. I don't know what to do with them. So maybe, yeah, maybe I'll just build like a little pocket here to put some stuff in. It'll probably just fall down. So we'll have to see. Roger sits here. This is surprisingly clean at the moment, but every time he gets out of the van, there's like a horseshoe of shit right here. And I gotta brush it out. You know, the last one was like a bunch of chocolate. Before that it was nuts, bananas. And I don't know what comes next. I don't want to think about it. Who knows, man? Well, here's the thing. I mean, so we're still kind of early on in the tour. We're still sort of on the east side of the States. We haven't really had properly long tours, you know, trips yet, or drives, sorry. I mean, they've been down to like 4 or 5 hours. That's nothing, you know what I mean? But I think in the next couple of days, we're going to get into those are like 8 or 9 hour drives. I mean, in the past, what I've usually done these van tours, like you try to catch up on sleep. Once you have a really long drive, it always means you get up really early in the morning anyway. You know, lobby call at fucking 6 o'clock in the morning or something like that. So if you're lucky, you pass out in the van and catch up on sleep. You wake up and you feel like your body's broken and it takes about an hour to fucking feel human again. But if you've been on tour in the van, you know exactly what I mean, I think. And that's about it. And then, you know, we just talk a bunch of shit and pass time and, you know, piss breaks once every couple of hours. It's very boring. It's unbelievably monotonous stuff. You know, I don't... people think it's like a rock and roll lifestyle. It really is just a bunch of driving and shitty rest stops, whatever you call them, truck stops or whatever. Yeah. That's it. You know, they go in there, you take a piss, you wash your hands, and you buy a Red Bull or something like that, and you move on. So usually in the back here, it will be Arjan, who is sort of TMing and doing merch at the same time. So he's got the whole seat, and that dude sleeps a lot, and I kind of envy him. I have a hard time falling asleep on, you know, in cars and planes, and just sort of sitting up and just trying to sleep. It's really fucking hard to me. He just passes out, you know. So I go just lay down and he's gone. 30 seconds later, the guy is out black, you know, just completely gone. So I kind of envy him that. But I mean, he does a great job. I mean, he sorts out all the merchandise, and then he kind of like does the advancing and all that stuff, you know. So it's a very nice Dutch guy. He's got his own label and everything, and yeah, he just kind of takes care of us, you know. I'm not the most organized person, to be honest. I mean, I'm okay now that I don't drink anymore. I don't wake up hungover, and it's an amazing feeling. I would recommend it to anyone. I sound like a born-again Christian now. Oh God, that's terrible. But yeah, I have way more energy. So I'm actually a little bit more on top of things now than I used to be. So that's great, you know. But I mean, he still does a lot of it. And it's kind of like a collaboration these days, I guess. That whole amazing space all to himself. Incredible. Yeah, I mean, you know, what seems to have changed a little bit since last time in the States. Since last time I was in the States, it's almost like a pure buyout scene here now. You just get a bunch of money in your hand, go and buy your own shit. There's nothing in the green room. Occasionally there will be some waters or something like that, and we bring that out because it's really good to have in the van. Stay hydrated, I guess. It's very cliche, but it's true. Unless you want to pass out or feel like shit, you know. I mean, you get some water in you. Of course, Roger from Bright Death Now doesn't necessarily go by that rule. He just picked this up about an hour outside of Chicago. Pabst Blue. That's like the trucker beer, right, or something like that, right? I don't even. It's shit. It's like Budweiser or something. And he took it out, and I'm like, dude, what are you drinking that shit for? You know, he likes it. So hey, more power to you. So yeah, I just got a little stack under here. I'm not touching it. I mean, I'm still drinking. I miss the taste of beer. I like the taste of beer, and that's the one thing I miss. So, you know, occasionally they will provide non-alcoholic. And I was very skeptical of that before because they never tasted that nice. You know, they tasted like shit, to be quite frank. But the ones I've been getting on this tour, they're actually getting better at it. They do taste nice. So I'm so relieved. Like, I don't want to be this guy. I don't want to be the drunk guy anymore. I'm sick of it. My family got sick of it, and you know, they're more important to me than fucking alcohol. You know what I mean? So, but I've tried a couple of non-alcoholic ones, and they're nice. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, that's my little apple. So yeah, the back is now just kind of a mess. This is just stuff that doesn't go into the venues, like some personal stuff. Actually, that package right there in the back, those were vinyls that I bought on the previous tour that a friend of mine actually sort of stored for me for 4 years. We were supposed to have them shipped over to Europe, and then it was like going to be like $600 or something like that. Was just ridiculous. So you know, I'll pick it up on the next tour. It was 4 years later. But I got him now. I got to bring him back home somehow. I guess I'll just book an extra check-in. You know, I mean, it's going to be like $60, which is okay. So yeah, I mean, at the moment, it's just a bunch of crap that doesn't go into the venues. Right, yeah, so, you know, once we're all packed up inside, carry all the crap out, Josh seems to be the guy with the brain. He's probably the best at Tetris, you know what I mean? Like, he can get the pieces to fit. So he's in here, literally sweat fucking pouring out of his forehead. It looks like he's taking a shower, like he's working hard. Just getting everything set up, and it basically goes out to here. When they picked me up in New York, like 10 days ago, the van was already full. And we had a huge shipment of merch waiting for us at the first show in Baltimore. And you know, they opened the doors at the airport. I looked in and I was like, we're fucked, guys. We're absolutely fucked. There's no fucking way this is gonna work. And we're all like, oh my God, how are we gonna make this? But what we did was we actually, ahead of time, I bought a whole bunch of those big IKEA bags, those blue ones. And we just emptied all the cardboard boxes out, and we got them into those bags. It's way more manageable, you know, because it's all soft merch. We were able to just fucking squeeze it in. I mean, the van almost popped, but we made it happen, which I still think is a small miracle, to be honest with you. It was literally out to here, and we was fucking pushing against the ceiling here. And it was all of the seats, underneath the seats, fucking absolutely packed. You get some training in how to fucking pack a van when you're doing these sort of really small tours like this, which is good. It's good training. Because this is reality, to be honest. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Hey, thanks for checking out the van. Whatever there was to check out. This makes you interested in Mortiis. The easiest way to check out Mortiis, I guess, is Mortiis.com. That kind of takes you to the web store, which I guess I'm being a little bit of a commercialist by saying that, you know, but I mean, just do a Google search and my Instagram and Facebook will show up. I don't know the address to my fucking Instagram or Facebook. It's like Facebook / basically I operate on Facebook and Instagram. Those are the two main ones, and it's easy to tell the fakes from the real ones. Just do a quick Google. It's right there, or Mortiis.com. That's easy.